Calgary, ALBERTA. The Blues have been so successful early this season, they're attracting everybody's attention, particularly their opponents on any given night. "I certainly don't think that we sneak up on anybody," Coach Mike Yeo said after the team's morning skate. "We're not gonna get anybody's B efforts or B games right now. We know that we're gonna face A games. And we're not gonna win unless we're matching that." They certainly got Calgary's A game offensively, maybe A+, Monday at the Scotiabank Saddledome, and couldn't match it in a 7-4 loss, their second defeat in 3 nights. Steam was practically coming out of Yeo's ears after the team yielded the most regular season goals during his tenure, or since the 7-3 loss at Washington last January 19. Simply saying that he was not happy would be an understatement. "We got what we deserved," Yeo said. "We deserved to give up 6. Yeah, we were no good." He said 6 because the 7th was an empty net goal. But you get the point. What had been one of the NHL's elite defenses this season has now given up 12 goals in its last 2 games, including 5 in the third period against the Flames, 10-7. "We just weren't ready to play," Yeo said. "That was evident right from the drop of the puck. We were very fortunate to tie the game up in the third period on a couple occasions. Very, very fortunate. We were expecting a better response tonight." Box score: Flames 7, Blues 4. Blues talk: Allen's play and goal upsets fans. Now 13-5-1, the Blues remain atop the Western Conference with 29 points and 3 points behind Tampa Bay, 14-2 for the overall lead in the NHL. In a game that was tied 2-2 after 2 periods, a fast break version of hockey broke out in the third period with 7 goals scored. Unfortunately for the Blues, 5 of them belonged to the Flames. "It was one mistake after another," defenseman Alex Pietrangelo said. "We knew from the start we had to be tight defensively and we weren't. You give a team like that too many opportunities, they're gonna score goals." After Vladimir Tarasenko tied the game at 4-4 at the 12:43 mark of the third, his 10th goal of the season and second of the night, Calgary scored the game's final 3 goals over the final 5.5 minutes, including an empty netter by Michael Frolik with 3 seconds left. "It could have been more, probably should have been more," center Paul Stastny said. "Snaky, Jake Allen, made some big stops in the first and the second. Usually even we're down a goal, or up a goal or tied, I think we stick to the game plan. And from the start, we got too much ahead of ourselves. We had too many turnovers. We played that run and gun style. That's not what makes us successful. What makes us successful is when we get the puck, we do possess the puck and try to make them play defense for 20, 30, 40 seconds at a time, and that's when we capitalize." Yeo switched up his lines Monday in an effort for more offense and perhaps a quicker start than the Blues have had in recent games. Bo Bennett, a healthy scratch the past 4 games, suited up and was placed on a line with Jaden Schwartz and Braden Shen. That meant Tarasenko was moved to a line with Alexander Steen and Paul Stastny. As part of the trickle-down effect, Vladimir Sabatka went to the third line and Magnus Paajarvi was a healthy scratch for the first time this season. But scorers are going to score, no matter where you put them, and such was the case with Tarasenko and Schwartz. Just 3.5 minutes into the game, Tarasenko took a pass from Colton Parayko on the right wing and sent a blistering shot past Flames goalie Mike Smith, high and on the far side, for a 1-0 Blues lead. Calgary drew even just 82 seconds later, when Mark Jankowski pounced on a loose puck in the high slot and buried it past Allen to tie the game. Jankowski had 2 prime subsequent chances that were turned away by Allen later in the period. But then Jankowski, alone out front, took a pass from venerable Jaromir Jagr and gave the Flames a 2-1 lead at the 13:45 mark. But the Blues tied things up before the first intermission, when Schwartz scored on a power play at the 16:21 mark. It was his 10th goal, and it came on a rebound of a Steen shot that didn't have much oomph because Steen's stick broke as he shot. Eddie Lack, who gave up 5 goals when the teams met October 25 in St. Louis, replaced Smith at the start of the second period. Mitraj Jaskin took a shot off the hand and had to leave the game at about the 6-minute mark of a scoreless second period, but returned for the Wild third. Yeo went back to his line matchups of the previous 9 games, namely Tarasenko with Schwartz and Schenn, and Sabatka with Stastny and Steen. But it was the Flames who took a 3-2 lead at the 5:39 mark. Steen evened things at 3-3 at the 11:46 mark on a goal that appeared to deflect in off the stick of Flames winger Mitchell Furland. It was the first of 3 goals in 57 seconds, with Furland scoring, while the Flames had a 4-on-3 advantage, and then Tarasenko finishing off a 2-on-1 break with his second goal off a feed from Schwartz to tie it at 4-all. Then the bottom really fell out of the St. Louis defense in the form of 3 Calgary goals, giving the Blues a couple of days to search for answers before Thursday's game in Edmonton.